I have one more video from her if you'd like to see.
Okay, I will allow one more because the story tells itself.
I've curated many of her videos.
No. There's so many. I will take one more.
No, this is the last one I have of her.
It all started the first time I ever saw Diva Cup. I was a bartender, and I looked inside of it, and there was like a little mark that said like half an ounce or whatever. And I was like, some sick fucks are probably out here drinking this. Fast forward 2 years, I'm in Austin and I'm sitting, I'm sitting with my friend and I was like, hey, like how much would somebody have to pay you to drink your own Diva Cup? And she was like, to be honest, like $20, like not that much.
Damn!
And I was sitting there on the couch and I started like looking it up online and I came across Barbara Walker, who is iconic. Her book, the Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets. And it was just every single entry about how in all of these different world religions, different world knowledge, pagan traditions, that menstrual blood was considered really sacred. So it's only on the day where it's absolutely red. You have literally one window of time where it's absolutely, absolutely red. Not a tint of brown, not a tint of any other color. And I was like, all right. It just so happened that I was on my period at that time. It was a full moon in Scorpio. And it was...
I gotta say, because it's gonna keep going, the transition to I am about to drink a cup full of blood was fluid. I didn't see it. She just started and was like, and there I was, sucking it.
We have to watch the whole video.
There's 2 more minutes, so
it ends good.
If anybody needs to add more, feel free to pause and we will discuss the menstrual blood. It cannot be brown yet.
It has to be one day of the month where it's pure red and you are a vampire.
Reset the number of days on the Quorators clock since we've discussed drinking menstrual blood back to 0 because an incident has happened again.
Bright red. So I said, all right, bottoms up, let's try this. And I was super surprised. I was like, wow, didn't taste bad at all. Then something crazy happened. Within 24 hours, first of all, I was walking every single day because I had no money and nothing to do. So I would walk from my house at 12th and Chicone in Austin all the way to Whole Foods in the actual downtown. And super long walk, like 2.5 hours. But this time when I was walking, everywhere I walked, men were turning around and looking at me. This one guy even crossed the street in the middle of traffic and just walked up to me and said, wow, wow. That's all I can say, wow.
Oh, baby.
I was like, well, this is interesting. Within the next 48 hours, all of these, I just realized that there was a bunch of people that were leeching off of me, no pun intended. And I just immediately cut them out of my life. And I started to see a lot of improvements all over the place. Even crazier was I was told that it was going to be really hard for me to have kids. Well, 1 month later, my period was a week late the following month. And then the next month when it was late again, I was pregnant. So I was like, this is crazy. But here's where you really have to be careful. One of my friends...
Okay, so the implication, just to be clear here,
is that if you
when you drink your own period blood,
you will get pregnant.
You will get pregnant.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're having sex.
It's not even the implication. She's outright saying that.
She's saying the vitamins go back to you.
Yeah.
The vitamins go back to you because you're the diva, girl.
It's a girl boss.
You gotta rock on, girl. You got to get that iron in you. You're losing iron.
The good news and bad news on this woman. The bad news is that she is far more successful than us on TikTok and has hundreds of thousands of followers.
It's not bad news. I support her. I support women.
The good news is that she does have a podcast that is less popular than Quorators.
Of course.
So
it's not her medium.
Us. No.
She drops bombs and she gets out. She's a stealth bomber.
Her big thing is that she'll have her husband record her and he'll be like, what do you think about the spirit chakras? And she's like, oh, interesting. And then she'll go off. There's still 30
on
more
the
seconds.
show?
He's in it sometimes.
He's in it sometimes. You got to introduce to me hey, this is Vampirella and Steve, and this is our show.
He has long hair, dreadlocks, I think. He's a white guy.
I would expect it to be no other human.
No, of course not.
This is someone who found a diva.
Okay, I'm going to keep playing this because there's 30 more seconds and they're all good.
She was a priestess in Ifa, one of the first priestesses in Ifa ever because it used to not be allowed for women. And she was she had all of these different boy toys and one of them was this Japanese guy who was super sub. And she was going to drink hers because she was so inspired by my story. But instead at the last minute, she's like, okay, I'm going to have him drink it instead. Within 24 hours, the power dynamic had completely shifted. Where she was chasing him down and he was completely uninterested, and she became obsessed with him. So don't give this power away, and don't get pregnant unless you want to.
Wow, so many women have watched this and then drank the blood. I can tell. I can tell this has definitely worked, and people are like, top comment, interesting, thanks for sharing. Interesting, I'm gonna drink it. I'm always looking to try new drinks, and I'm gonna drink it. Thank you for sharing that.